What up, YouTube? Been a minute since I did a video. I had a long night. Had a long day yesterday on the 4th. Went swimming with the kids. And we watched the fireworks. Came home. To put all of them to sleep. And then they woke up in the middle of the night. Two on did. My little babies. Woke up crying. So I ain't really had too much sleep. I don't get too much sleep no more anyway. I'm kind of used to it now. But I was just saying some things was on my mind. It's a lot been going on. People like fighting, arguing with each other and fighting and stuff. Anger, frustration, insecurities. All these different emotions that we have as people. Like when we dealing with people close to us, it seems like we take our frustrations and anger out. We take it out on the people close to us. The ones that we're supposed to love and the ones that we say we love, those are the ones that end up receiving the heat from our own inner problems, if that makes sense. It's like, since I'm so frustrated right now and angry, and I feel this stuff rising up and building up in me, the person that's supposed to be there to support you and love you, whether it be your family member, a spouse, just whoever's in your immediate surroundings, your closest one that you're supposed to love, your teammate, it's like that's the one you end up fighting with the most. It's like you end up developing a love-hate relationship with that person. And it'd be weird. It'd be weird. But I think subconsciously we mad at God. We be mad at God. Because what it is, we be wanting God to change that person and make them act how we think they should act in order to make us feel better. What you think about that? You get what I'm saying? It's like if I'm mad that my wife do this or do that, and it ain't even gotta be nothing wrong. It just be something I don't like. You know what I'm saying? It might just be something I don't like. And instead of me learning how to communicate properly, or learning how to control my emotions, or working it out in a peaceful way, I would go and whenever that person does that thing, I lash out on them. You know what I'm saying? I would lash out on her. I would show out on her and be mad and angry with her, or either hold her, make her feel guilty. That's another one too. Making people feel guilty. But I think subconsciously we do that, or I do that. I put myself in it. Subconsciously I do that because I want God to do something to this person. Not even nothing bad. I might want him to change them for the good. But the problem is, I want him to do it on my time. You see what I'm saying? When I want God to move on my time, that's when I'm tripping. Because he is God. If he is God, then he is God, and he the one that's in control. That's an airplane. We stay by an airport. I always like to watch the airplanes go by. But if God is God, then he is in control, and I'm tripping at the time because I'm trying to make God bust a move on my behalf. because of my emotion at the time. Like, he's my personal emotional fixer whenever I need him. It don't really work like that. Because the thing is, God told us to love him first and then love each other like you love yourself. That's what he told us. So there ain't no room for hate. You know, we went over this in Bible study. It's like, if you hate somebody, you might as well murder that person. Because you like Cain. Cain killed his brother. See what I'm saying? Cain was a murderer. But he got that from Satan. Because Satan was the first one to start stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's who you, what spirit you're in when you fussing and fighting, arguing, strife, anger. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be angry, but that don't mean you got to sin against your brother and hate them. You can be upset about something, but we got to learn how to communicate with patience and love. You see what I'm saying? We got to learn how to communicate with each other with patience and love, and learn how to be have grace towards the next person, even the one that get on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to not be a fireball all the time. You got to learn how to be patient. You got to learn how to be kind. Because at the end of the day, you got to love that person. You see what I'm saying? You got to love that person. You ain't going to make it hating people. You ain't going to make it just being mad all the time and thinking people got to worship the ground you walk on and that they owe you something. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Don't nobody owe you nothing. God don't even owe you nothing. God will give you, he can give you a gift, but he don't owe you nothing. I mean, I don't think God owe me nothing. I take what he give me, you know. He made me. So why would he owe me something if he made me? The only thing he owe me is his word. You know what I'm saying? If I believe it. That's the only thing he promises, is his word. But you can't receive the promise of God if you don't believe his promises. He ain't stupid. You can't trick God. And I'm glad we can't, because then he would be a foolish God. But he not. But yeah, that's the whole point. I was just in there thinking about that. You know, 'cause I've been talking to people, and I've been seeing stuff, and even my own situation. It's a lot going on. A lot of people frustrated. A lot of people angry. A lot of people worry about bills. You know, money got a lot to do with this too. The love of money is the root of all evil, though. That's why we gotta get God in our hearts for real. Otherwise, you gonna hurt yourself and you gonna hurt somebody else. So that's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? I think that's all I got right now. And I ain't made a video in a while, but I've been wanting to, but I just haven't. I've been busy a lot. There's been a lot going on. There's been a lot going on for everybody. I'm sure everybody got something going on. But that's why I know everybody need God. Like, it's a shaking up going on. And you tripping if you ain't trying to get closer to God right now. Like, you tripping. Straight up. And God is the one who sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die for us. You know what I'm saying? To give us eternal life. That's God. The one that gonna give you eternal life. Like, all these other guys, they false. People tripping, man. They tripping. Why wouldn't you want a free gift of eternal life? Because the only reason you wouldn't want it is because you too prideful and you don't believe he'll give it to you. Or you know what I'm saying? You need to work on that. You need to work on that. Go meditate on that. I heard a white man say, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Go ponder on that. Why do you think God would not give you eternal life when he created you with a desire to live forever. But the thing is, you can't reject him and live forever, because the eternal life only comes from him. He is the only one eternal. So to have eternal life, you have to have his life. It's not just your life. You're not just going to live eternal on your own. He made us from dust. And like he said, dust you are, to dust you shall return. And when you die, it's over with. You can't make yourself come back alive. But God can. God can raise you up from the dead. But you can't reject God in your heart and then think you still gonna make it. I mean, you might make it in this world, but after you die, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna be raised back up in glory. You see what I'm saying? You want to be raised back up in glory with a new body. That's the hope, the resurrection. You know what I'm saying? We don't lost sight of that. The hope is the resurrection, to be raised from the dead. That's the hope. Because we all know we gotta die in these bodies. We all know we can die like any second. At any second. I'm making a video. You know what I'm saying? But think on that. I'm out.